All right. So here's the deal. Um, Now that it's real close to the fight, you know, Devin Haney versus Regis Prograis, which is going to be December 9th. I think I finally can get my thoughts together as far as what I think is going to happen. And I've been watching this fight, both of their fights, like real carefully. Um, Prograis, I mean, I'm a fan of his. He had a really tough fight with Josh Taylor. Definitely, for me, it was a really tough fight, and he did get the loss, but even since then, he's been looking good in all his fights, minus the last fight, which was against Zorilla. Obviously, when Zorilla started moving around, Regis Prograis was not able to cut off the ring the way that should have. He did score a knockdown, but after that point, it was more of he wasn't able to finish the show and really catch Zorilla. Zorilla was able to just kind of stay on the outside and throw these, pot shots every now and then to catch Prograis coming in. So the perceived, situation is, or thought about this fight is that, Devin Haney is better on his feet and way more of just a better boxer than Zorilla, is. So knowing that, even though he might have looked, shaky in his last fight with Lomachenko, I do still think he did win that fight. I do think there was a lot of times where he had a lot of activity where he was going to the body. A lot of times Lomachenko's bodies. And yeah, even though Lomachenko, had flashes of his greatness, like say in like the 11th round and so forth, the 10th, 11th, something like that. I think those were still spurts where he didn't do enough to just really take the rounds. And you know how it is when you're fighting a champion. You gotta rip the belt out of his hands or her hands. So, with that being said, Devin Haney, to me, should have the ability to stay out of Regis Prograis' danger zone and be able to answer him back with counters. But even I, looking at that, was going off just the Zorilla fight. So as I kept watching, I'm thinking like, well, this may be more complicated than that, because clearly Prograis is, at this point, he knows how to close the distance. He knows how to get into the inside. That's a real thing. He can move, and he is very slick. And maybe that was a bad night, but I do think that Prograis is going to be able to move around and be able to slip punches and kind of show a little bit more of a looks to Devin Haney. I don't think this is going to be an easy fight. I do think that Devin Haney can win it, but I do also think that Prograis can knock Devin Haney out. Like, for real. But I do see how I do want to see this is I see like Devin Haney winning by a split decision. And if not that, Prograis by the knockout by before the 10th round. But that's the two ways I see it going. I see Devin Haney using his reach effectively to gain a lead, maybe to really catch, Prograis, maybe do some good body work as well. I could see, Devin Haney going to that body because that's where he got a lot of his work done in the Lomachenko fight. Was he did have a beautiful body attack, so I think that's something that Prograis probably has to look out for. But either way, I'm pretty sure he knows it. Who knows? So off the body attack, I do see him like just staying and trying to pop shot Prograis for the most part. Maybe occasionally there'll be some inside mix-ups, but I don't think that Devin Haney wants to be in the inside with Prograis. I think he wants to keep him in a medium, at just a medium distance or the right distance so he can land those punches and get out. I don't see Devin Haney making this a rough fight. I see him trying to box this man. And maybe if you run into, something hard or crazy, cool, but I see him trying to outbox Prograis. So that's how I mostly see it. It's going to end that way. Now, like I said, Prograis, how he can win, obviously, he can make this into the fight that he said he was going to make it into. Like he said, he mentioned this into a couple of interviews. Haney's going to be in there to box. I'm going to be in there to fight. And if he does make it into a fight, I think he does have what it takes to at least hurt Haney enough to knock him down or get him out of there. When it comes to who's bringing the power, I don't think there is any doubt in the room that it's going to be Prograis. Even with, Haney went up to 140, and this is his first time fighting there. I still don't think he'll possess the power to knock out Prograis. But maybe he'll possess enough to keep him at bay and just keep him honest. But, not enough to like, oh my God, he's going to knock me out. But enough to keep him aware. So that's kind of how I see it going. I just see Haney, like I said, winning by a split decision. And like I said, this is not like a surefire thing. I do see it as a 60-40 match. Like I said, so Prograis can't get the knockout. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Excited for this fight. I think it's gonna look great. I think it's gonna be fireworks, for real. So we'll see. But I do think they're gonna deliver. I do think it's gonna be action packed. And if Devin Haney does win this fight, I do want to see him go on and take on, Teofimo Lopez. Get that out the way. I want to see them face off. It'd be nice if he does go against Tank, but who knows what that's going to be like. Tank fights on Tank's time. So, yeah. And if Prograis win this fight, because I still like him too, I want him to go on and fight Teofimo Lopez, any of the established people at 140 and knock him out and be undisputed at 140. So this is a fight where I like both parties going in. Like, I'm a fan of both. But, somebody's got to lose. So either way, you guys enjoy your day or whatever like that. Those are just my thoughts on the fights coming up.